We begin our search for a specific hardware tag within the controller tags. When hardware is added to the I/O configuration of a project, relevant tags are automatically added to the controller tags. Next, we need to identify if the hardware is local or not, and if it is not local, whether or not it is modular. Local hardware is that hardware which the controller communicates with strictly over the backplane. If the controller has to reach hardware via any other network, then it is considered remote. Local hardware tags always begin with the word local. For example, this project contains a digital input module in slot 1 and a digital output module in slot 2. The hardware tags for both of these modules begin with the word local. If hardware is remote and it is modular, then the hardware tag will begin with the name of the remote hardware's network communication module. This is the name given to the network module when it is added to the I/O configuration. For example, this project contains Remote Point I/O with a network module named ENET01 and 2 digital I/O modules. The hardware tags for these modules begins with ENET01, which is the name of the network module. If the hardware is remote and it is not modular, the hardware tag will simply begin with the name assigned to the module when it was added to the I/O configuration. For example, this project contains a PowerFlex 525 drive that was named L1C1_drive when it was added to the I/O configuration. Thus, the hardware tags for this drive begin with its name, L1C1_drive. Now, if hardware is modular, regardless of whether it is local or remote, we need to identify the slot location of the hardware. This is because the next piece of information in the hardware tag name, following the colon, is the slot number. For example, the hardware tag names for the local digital output module in slot 2 all begin with local:2. For the digital input module located in slot 1 of the Remote Point I/O, we see that the hardware tags all start with ENET01:1. Finally, we need to decide which hardware data we are trying to access. There are generally 3 types of data available in hardware tags, and the 3 types are identified in the tag name by a letter following a colon. The particular module will determine which of these 3 types of data are available. First, there is often a configuration structure. This structure is identified with the letter C. The configuration structure contains configuration data that is written to the module by the controller upon power-up. Since changes only occur upon power-up, you will generally not use the configuration structure in your logic. If you need to access status information coming from a module to the controller, you will use the input structure identified by the letter I. For example, the state of input points on a digital input module may be found within the input structure. If you need to write commands to a module, you will use the output structure identified by the letter O. For example, you may turn the output points on a digital output module on and off using the output structure. Notice that the output module contains both output and input structures. This is because, in addition to commands going to the module from the controller, the module also returns status information such as faults to the controller.